As long as the Glazers remain, Manchester United will not rise. Recently, another Saudi tycoon has indicated on social media his intention to acquire Manchester United. This has ignited a glimmer of hope among the fans, who have long suffered under the Glazers' ownership. Since taking over the club in 2005, the Glazer family has clung to this century-old institution like leeches. They employed a strategy akin to acquiring something for nothing, heavily leveraging debt to sweep up United's shares on the secondary market. Immediately after the acquisition, they mortgaged the club's core assets such as the stadium and training ground to banks, using the loans to repay the debts they incurred to buy United. They then continuously diverted the club's assets to themselves through shareholder dividends, executive salaries, and equity sales. Over 2 decades, publicly available data shows that £1.2 billion has flowed from United to its creditors and the Glazer family, while investment in facility upgrades and management has been insufficient. The direct consequence of this parasitic operation is that United has not won the Premier League since 2013, and last season they recorded their worst ever league finish. This stands in stark contrast to the rise of their city rivals, Manchester City, following their takeover by the way-backed consortium. Every die-hard United supporter wishes the Glazers dead, so whenever a wealthy buyer shows interest, hopes soar only to be dashed. Last year, a Qatari consortium's attempt to fully acquire United fell through due to the Glazers' excessively high asking price of $6.1 billion, lack of proof of funds, and potential conflicts with Paris Saint-Germain, also Qatari-owned in European competitions. Instead, the Glazers sold only a 27.7% stake to Sir Jim Ratcliffe's Ineos group, letting him bear the operational pressures while they retreated behind the scenes to continue sucking the club dry. Analysts suggest the Glazers never intended to sell United outright. They merely used the takeover talks to inflate the share price for their own gain. After all, United is listed in the US with a dual-class share structure, Class A and Class B shares, meaning even if the Glazers sell most of their Class A shares, they can retain ultimate control through their super voting Class B shares. This win-win for the Glazers model ensures they keep a tight grip on United's destiny. Thus, the only way for United to be reborn is a complete buyout of the Glazers' entire stake, tearing these leeches off for good. But the current Saudi tycoon is unlikely to succeed. First, despite a disastrous season with a high probability of another one ahead, the Glazers' asking price remains £5 billion, about $6.7 billion, even higher than last year's and 2.5 times United's current market value. Second, Saudi Arabia's public investment fund already owns Newcastle United, so an independent private consortium separate from the PIF would need to lead the acquisition. Third, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, another major shareholder, is not short of funds. Whether he would support a deal that could dilute his stake and influence remains a big question. The fate of football clubs can change in an instant. Over a decade ago, AC Milan and Juventus were Champions League giants. Now they struggle to regain their glory. Although United competes in the world's top league, if the decline continues, the club risks deteriorating from an aquarium into a stagnant ditch. Fans' patience should not become a Glazers' perpetual capital. The revival of Manchester United requires a thorough rebirth, not another false dawn.